So really, when I talk about the situation of human rights in Iraq, it's something that I worked on very intensively. And this morning is my very good opportunity to share with you the experience I went through during 3.5 years trying to work towards upholding the rule of law and human rights in a post-conflict situation that you all know about. The reality of the situation of Camp Ashraf is a very dramatic one. Since the handover of the camp in January 2009 to the Iraqi authorities, there are certain standards of human rights and humanitarian principles that were maintained and upheld by the American forces, and access to services, including medical services, were something that the Americans have always facilitated. From the very first day when the Iraqis took over Camp Ashraf, the control of Camp Ashraf, they announced officially, and this is on record, that they will put a policy in place to make the life of the Ashrafis unbearable. The objective is to close down Camp Ashraf, relocate the residents to another location. A number of them were mentioned during the year 2011, and finally it came to select Camp Liberty. When the Americans left, the Iraqi soldiers in my presence were actually looting the camp and vandalizing it. So I was witnessing, together with staff from the UNHCR, to the vandalization of the camp. Now, when I reported that the camp was not suitable for accommodating 3,200 people of Ashraf, I was told that I need to be more positive than that. Reporting negatively is not something that is acceptable for the United Nations. After all, the United Nations is in Iraq to help the government of Iraq. So reporting negatively doesn't help. We have to report positively. How do we report positively? It's by actually doctoring reports and pictures. And you all know that the pictures that were distributed, they do not reflect the realities of Camp Liberty. They were very carefully selected. And they were meant to convince first the Ashrafis that the camp is livable, and second, to convince the international community that the humanitarian standards will be upheld. And we have to keep the international attention away from certain realities like that of the security of the camp. The first assessment we made to the camp was a security assessment. The security assessment underlined the vulnerability of the camp, particularly from aerial attack, missile attack. That report had never been made public. So you will ask, why UNAMI does have to do this? Why UNAMI is misleading the international community? Obviously, the instructions is that UNAMI needs to develop a good, friendly relations with the current Prime Minister. The international community has to see in Iraq a strong, stable, democratic government. That was the cost of a war. So nobody wants to see the Americans living Iraq and leaving behind chaos. So we were instructed to report positively. So now all the pressure is focused on making life in Camp Liberty unbearable. But I'm saying right now that a possible attack will take place anytime again. After that, we know about the 9th of February. So it's not finished. I thank you very much for your attention.